everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm sorry about the small hiatus. We were having some technical difficulties. I'm going to start today by priming my face with this Josie Maran light illuminating, Etheric primer. I'm just going to start by blending that in. Alright, next I'm going to use my Wet n Wild PhotoFocus foundation in the shade Porcelain. Just dot that all over my face, and then I'm going to go in with the Real Technique sponge and blend all that in. Next, I'm going to use the Maybelline FitMe concealer in the shade 110. And swipe that under my eyes and on my friend growing next to my eye there. And just ignore me. I'm not talking to myself. I'm listening to music and singing along while I'm doing my makeup. Next, I'm using this DermaBlend Professional Loose Setting Powder, shade Translucent. And I'm going to go pretty heavy with this under my eyes. And that is just because I normally use a mattifying primer, but today I wanted my skin to kind of glow, but I also don't want my under eye area to crease. But here in a moment we're going to blend all that in together and out, and it won't look so crazy. Next, I'm going to go in with this EcoTools dual-ended eyeshadow brush on the stubbier, flatter side, and my Tarte Amazonian Clay bronzer in the shade Park Avenue Princess, and I'm going to begin contouring. Oh Lord, contouring my nose. And I'm going to let it set there for a minute while I bronze the rest of my face using this E.L.F. powder brush. Now I'm going to blush my cheeks using this Luxie brush and my Clinique blush in the shade Sunset Glow. Now, using this Maybelline Master Blush Palette, I'm going to take the highlighting shade in there, and going to highlight on my nose, my Cupid's bow, and the tops of my cheeks. Now, picking up that Real Technique sponge again, I'm going to blend it all together. Next, I am going to take this double-ended spoily brush by Crown Rush. It is C413 Brow Duo. I'm going to take the spoily in and comb through my brows. Then picking up the Maybelline DefineABrown brow pencil in shade light brown, I'm going to start filling in my brows. Some of you may have noticed that I have a scar on the eyebrow I'm working on right now. When I was in first grade, me and another student were playing with each other by pulling each other's seat out from under them. And when he pulled my seat out from under me, my eyebrow caught the metal edge of the chair and split my eyebrow open. I still have the neat little scar there. Right, now taking the shade Cork with my eyebrow brush, I'm going to set what we just did there with this powder and kind of add depth and dimension. And I also do this because where I do have red hair, the light brown shade is kind of close because it has warm undertones. But that Cork shade in the Makeup Revolution Ultra Matte Eyeshadow Palette is really the only powder I found that's closest to my eyebrow shade. So I find it working or mixing both of them together kind of pulls everything in and makes them look more natural for me. Alright, now I am using the Morphe 9C palette. It's called the Jewel Crew palette. Oh. And I know it's like July, but I've had some serious fall vibes lately. And I wanted to do a fall look. So picking up my Smudgestashe crease brush, I am going to first go in with the shade Stone Fox out of this palette. And just working that into my crease. Such a pretty orange shade. Now I'm going to tap into Rock Out. It's a deeper orange. It's got more red undertones to it. It's a lot closer to a red actually. And I'm just going to start patting that on the outer corners of my crease to deepen up the look a little bit. Right, tapping into Stone Fox again and just kind of blending all that together to make sure it's seamless. Now, I was trying to use this dual-ended EcoTools brush with a little bit of makeup setting spray to make the next color I'm going to use show up brighter, but the brush I had just did not work out. So here in a moment you'll see me tap into the shade Fool's Gold with my finger and apply that to my eyelid. And now I'm tapping back into Stone Fox and I am just going over my crease one last time to make sure everything is blended together. Right, now using this angled eyeliner brush from EcoTools, I'm tapping into the shade Chocolate Diamond and I'm working that in very closely to my lower lashes, yes. And I'm also going to work that in on the outer corner of my upper lashes. And kind of bring those up to me in a wing shape. Okay, going in with that same EcoTools brush that we used to contour our nose, dipping into the red shade again, Rock Out, and buffing out my lower lash line with that shade. Alright, now taking the shade Rose Quartz, I am going to apply that to the bottom inner corner of my eye and also to the actual inner corner. Kind of bring some highlight and open up our eyes a little bit. I'm sorry, my camera went out of focus. There we go. Alright, now we are going to finish off the eyes with this Smoky Eye Mascara from Bobbi Brown. Now I am going to take the NYX Lingerie Liquid Lipstick in the shade Ruffle Trim. And I'm going to apply that to my lips, starting off in the inner portion of the lower lip, and then starting to define and line the upper lip at the Cupid's bow. And again, my upper lip is crooked. It sinks in on one side more than the other. So I do go back in and overline a bit to make them look a little more even. And finally, to finish everything off, I'm going to take the E.L.F. Matte Magic Setting Spray and spray my face. Alright guys, that is the finished look. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys are as excited for fall as I am, even if it is 2 months early. Goodbye.